Last year, about this time, Showtime had contacted me to do an interview. I declined about twice. They called back and they said, call my shots, how much I wanted. They would pay me any amount to say lies about Jan and about the murder in San Pedro, which I have no knowledge about.
We had an incident with a murder here in Belize, and we got a lot of news media and TV shows. They came conducting a lot of interviews for people that were affiliated with Mr. McAfee. Majority of the time, they kind of influenced us to try to say some stuff negative about Mr. Jan. But as far as I know, majority of my interviews, I lied to them a lot. You know, Belize is very poor. We kind of capitalize on making a little bit of extra money. So when they asked me to do interview, I did it. But from my end, to me, Mr. McAfee was a very kind and generous person. He actually bought my first cab on this island. And for that, I'm very highly and deeply appreciated for that. So if I get a chance to speak to him again, I will always ask him to please come back, try to clear his name, and we could probably work again some other time. Thank you.
I did some interviews for Showtime and some other company, but Showtime actually told me what to say, and part of it, most of it was a lie, and he was actually this type of person that would actually help people. He was a nice person. He loved animals, especially dogs, and guns. But yeah, besides all of that, I felt happy that I met him, because he actually changed my world a little bit. Then well, I did one interview with Showtime. Some of the stuff that I said was true and some were lies. John McAfee, wherever you are missed by me, and I know you moved on. I hope you have a wonderful life with your wife, and may God bless you in all that you're doing, and may He continue to protect and provide for you as He's doing for us. Bye.
Okay, do you know John McAfee?
Yes, of course I know John McAfee because I work with him.
Wonderful. What kind of work you used to do with him?
Well, my job with him was simple, bodyguard.
Wonderful. So you know a lot about John. What type of person he
Well,
was?
John, I want to say I know a lot about him, his life and that, but as far as I work with him, he's a wonderful guy, man. I love working with, and not an engineer, no, not an engineer, how you call it, a pioneer, because he built
Computer antivirus.
and virus, yeah. So
Okay.
he an engineer.
Did anybody from Showtime came to do an interview with you?
Yes, they came to me a couple time back. I think it is year or last year. I can't quite remember, no, right? But they came to me and they asked me. First, they come and send somebody else, huh? But I didn't go with them. But they came themselves, huh?
And what they were asking you?
Well, they were asking me about, life of John McAfee. They told me they work with John McAfee on this, and they want to get an interview with me, and so on.
What they wanted to know about John McAfee?
Well, really about John McAfee, they want to know about what they believe, but mainly conscious. They want to know about the killing days that they say that he perpetrate about the killing about the white boy and thing that in San Pedro.
Okay, so they were.
But then the way they talk to me, they want to put it to me that, yeah, that he did it. That for me to say And I just told him, no, man, I don't know. But as far as I know, Mr. John, he don't do a thing like that. Huh? And they even asked me, so why he buried? Said, well, he's an adventurer, man. Huh? Simple.
And these people were paying you?
Yeah, they were paying me.
How much they paid you?
They paid me $1,000.
Okay.
But the thing is, when I went into the interview with them, they have beers and things ready. So I said to myself, when they got beers and that, trust me, very scared. Well, I drink up a couple of them beers and things. But for saying lies or so about Mr. John, never. Can't happen.
So what you would like to say to Mr. John?
Well, Mr. John, I'd like to say to you, sir, when I was down and out, you helped me out, right? And me ain't the person to spread lies about you, not even in money, paying me to say lies about you, I won't. And with me, Rasta, a good man is never honored in his own yard. Trust me.
Thank you.
I first met John in May of 2011. Started working for him. I did about a year, 8 months with John. He was one of the few employers that I've had who really treated me like an employee. He was honest. He paid the right wages, never trying to nickel and dime you. I would like to say that beside myself and many other employees, we were really, really sad to see that he had to leave the country and leave all of us here. He was like a benefactor to a lot of us by paying good wages, but also paying good wages, but demanding that you do a good job. For the past year, I've been doing several interviews with different people. But from what I've seen is that, especially Showtime, they wanted to sensationalize the interviews, probably. Well, I wouldn't even say probably, because it was said to me that they want an interview that will attract viewers. And once their ratings can go up through this interview, they were willing to pay me a reasonable amount of money. I accepted the money and I improvised to make it sound sensational. I improvised by saying things that didn't even take place. Whoever is listening to this, put yourself in my shoe, that you are living in a country, you've had a really, really good job, a really, really good salary, and then from one day to the next it's taken away from you. And then here comes a television network who is willing to pay to build up their ratings, and I accepted. 90% of what I said in that interview with Showtime was only makeup to sensationalize what they wanted.
I was the girl who escaped with him from Belize. We went to Guatemala where my uncle helped him to get him out of the country, which he is now located at the US. I did a bunch of interviews and people paid me for the pictures and stuff, so I took the money because I needed it. And like I said in all interviews, I just say what I knew, but everything is just a lie, and I just did it for the money because I needed the money.
I used to be the backup taxi driver for Mr. John McCarthy. As far as I am concerned, he was an excellent guy, very nice. Used to pay us every run, never owed us. And yes, we got interviewed by a couple news medias, and they've kind of forced us to say what they feel like was the right thing to say. But as far as I'm concerned, everything I said to them was previously one lie. You know, Belize is a poor country, and we needed a little bit of money, so I took whatever opportunity I had and make some money out of it. So Mr. John, thank you very much.
I used to live with him and so forth, and they had some people that came on from some Showtime, and they were
insisting me to say a lie that John killed the white man in San Pedro, which is, it is a lie. John would have never do that, and they keep on forcing me to say that he did it, but which is, he didn't do it, and I believe so because he was a good man
Ja-
and a respectful man. They were insisting, yes, that he did the murder, and I told them no, he didn't do it,
Why would you say he didn't do it?
because the type of person he is, kind, loving, and caring, he would never do something like that.
And there were some people down here of Showtime. They were forcing me to say lie that John McAfee killed the white man, but I know John is not that kind of person. He's a kind, loving person, and I doubt he would. I know he would never do that.
Mm.
And
Okay, and these people were paying you to say that.
yeah, these people were paying me to say lie about John McAfee, but I know he would never do that.
And how much they were paying you guys?
They were paying me $700
Okay.
to do the interview.
John and I were very good friends that, thanks to him, he developed the tourism flights, Tropic Air, start flying into Rinjak, starting doing Lamanai tours, as well as with Maya Island Air. But me and John, John was so very loving and caring, and he was also very helpful for the whole entire country of Belize. He had so many good friends with him. He never did have a problem. This problem with Greg Fall, it so happened that, everybody's trying to blame John for this murder that was happening in San Pedro. John is not that type of person, that will be doing such things. John had money. He is a pioneer in the software, John McAfee software, antivirus, and John has no intention of killing that old guy, Mr. Greg Fall. Mr. Greg Fall had an alcoholic problem. He was really into the drugs and drinks. He was drunk every day because I was living in San Pedro, in the coast, where John had his apartments, his house. And every day I would see this Mr. Greg Fall passing drunk, and he will always be cursing. He had a problem with everyone up in the coast. Suddenly this guy died, this guy, he was going through a divorce with his wife, so nobody knows who killed that guy. But to me, honestly, I was with John, and John will never do such thing. Here with a television crew, they were paying everybody that had close relationship with John to say things that, negative things about John. They were trying to get information. They were paying some workers, some of John's girlfriends, so that they could talk bad about John, so that they could take that interview for their investigation. But really and honestly, these guys, they came here and they were paying up to $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 for an interview, so that they could collect negative things about John McAfee.
And how much they had offered you?
They came here and they offered me $5,000, and I refused it. I told them, no, I'm not into to selling no one for money, because that's not my thing. I know John as an honest and genuine and a genius person. John would never commit such a crime. And I reject these guys. I told them, no, I don't think I need your money, guys. I would never sell someone for.
Yes, there was like 2 occasions where different set of people, from the US came in and wanted to speak with me, but I deny their request because they were, pinpointing certain points that they wanted me to agree with on their interview, but was not true, so I didn't do it. and they were offering me very, handsome large amount of money. So, but I knew it wasn't true, so I couldn't agree to something that's not true.
When you're saying they were wanted you to say lies, that's what you were saying. It was concerning what?
Well, it was concerning murder of a guy in San Pedro that they were accusing John of, and that's what they wanted information on. But I knew John didn't do it, and I didn't have any information concerning that. But they were paying enough, very handsome amount of money to agree to what they were saying, But I didn't do it because I know it wasn't true, and what they were bringing or saying, it's total nonsense. It wasn't realistic because it's a total set of bullshit.
Okay. So what figures